Hi Crafty friend, it's me, Justine. Today I get to play around with some BetterPress products from Spellbinders by Simon Hurley. This one is called Spring Bunnies. Look how cute those little bunnies are. I am just loving the cuteness factor on these. They remind me of Peter Rabbit, and I like that they aren't cartoony and they're more realistic. So that is just so cute to me. Plus, I love the sentiments. I love a pun. Happy Easter. Perfect. You'll see I use that one a few times. And then there's this one called Spring Magnolias, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate my watercoloring on today. And I love the Mother's Day sentiment because this is the first Mother's Day sentiment that I have in my collection that is a BetterPress sentiment. And you can see here how sweet it is. It is so nice. And look at how thick that is with that good, nice BetterPress paper. Okay, so I have those all BetterPressed and cut out. If you're looking for demonstrations on how I BetterPress, make sure you check out the BetterPress playlist that I have on my channel. I will put that in the description if you're interested in checking that out. There's also an embossing folder from Simon Hurley this month that is a basket weave look. It is so good. It is 3D. I use this on a project that I'm going to show you at the end of the video, so stay tuned if you are interested in seeing that. But I love the texture on this one. So we're going to start with a Mother's Day. Oh, I'm also going to use this on this project too because I couldn't help it. I love texture. Anyway, we're going to start with our Mother's Day card here. These are my layers. I'm going to put this paper through my platinum with this embossing folder just so I have a little bit of texture on the back of my card. Now, in previous videos, I've always said I spray my folder, and apparently you're supposed to spray your paper, so now that's what I'm doing. It's worked out pretty nice. I use one full spray from my Mighty Mister, and we're all good to go. Needs to go. Okay. So I'm going to put my paper into the folder. It fits perfectly. And then we'll shut it, run it through. Oops, and it moved. That's what I found with spraying the folder. It didn't move as much because the back was wet as well. But what do I know? You know, there aren't rules in the craft room. So I guess I could just do it my own way, but whatever. All right, I'm going to run it through my platinum and I'll show you the results. Ta-da! Now it's a little wet, but that is okay. It will dry. That's why I do it now. But you can see that makes such a fun basket weave on there. So I'll let that dry off to the side as I start my watercoloring. So my flowers here are magnolias. And whenever I know what the flower is, I always turn to Mr. Google and figure out how I want to add color. So it's showing like pinks and whites for magnolias. They don't grow in my area, so I'm not familiar with the color. I'm going to go with a pink. And I'm going to actually use Seedless Preserves, which is almost a purple, but it's going to work out, I think. And it will be a nice little nod with this maroon color here. And then for my leaves, I'm going to use peeled paint. Not actually peeled paint, but the color called peeled paint. So for watercoloring with Tim Holtz watercolors, I always like to add the color on to the project first and then go in later with some water and bring it to life. So there are not a whole bunch of leaves, so I'm just gonna add color there. That might be a bud. Well, it's a leaf now. And I don't know, I've been playing around with the water brushes from Spellbinders. I'm not normally a fan of water brushes, but I thought I'd give it a go because I am a Spellbinders influencer, so I was sent the water brushes from them. And I thought, why don't I try it out and see what I think? And I think what it really just comes down to is training my brain how to use the water brushes as opposed to using just a regular brush with water. So it's an opportunity to learn something new, which I am all for. Okay. Now for my seedless preserves, the pictures of the magnolias seem to be so soft and delicate. So what I'm going to do is just add the color toward the center part of the flower and a little bit on the petal, but not much. And I'm going to let my watercolor brush do the work for me. So it's super sharp and ready to go. I'm barely pressing down because I just want a little bit of color. Not a lot. I pressed a lot harder for the green. So that is my first take on that. And I'm going to show you how I do it right away. And then I will probably go do the same thing on all of them. So I'll just show you on this one too. So let's just dive right in. I'm using the F, which is the fine tip. And my brush looks like it has color on it already, but it's just from the last time I watercolored. There's no color coming off of it. It's just the way that the bristles are. So it is wet. I can feel that there. So I'm just going to kind of activate the color with my brush. So I'm going to start from the tip of the petal and just get it wet and wiggle my way down onto the color. Get a little bit of the color moving and then lift up. And then wipe my brush because I don't want to have dark right here on my next petal. So I'm just activating the color again. Bringing it up a little bit, not all the way to the top. There's water on this part, so I don't need to bring the color up. It will move a little bit. And then wipe it off. Start at the tip again. Activate the color. Wiggle, 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 up. And do you see how soft that flower is looking? Okay, doing good. Starting at the tip again. Activating the color. Wiggle, 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 up. Yay, this is working out. Okay, white into the dark, activate, lift. White into the dark, activate, lift. Over and over. So I have to do that on every single petal, and this is a Mother's Day card, so it's okay if it is a little bit of a labor of love kind of card. I do already have my Mother's Day card finished for my mom, but I have other people in my life that I might like to send a Mother's Day card to, like my sweet aunt. Okay, activate and then lift. Done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do that on all these flowers. My voice is getting a little hoarse. I've been coming down with something. So what I'm going to do is do that sped up with some music. I'm not going to speed it up a whole bunch, but just a little bit. So this isn't like an hour-long video. But that is the look that I'm going for. And I think that looks like the pictures I saw online. So I'm really happy of how that's looking. So I will go ahead and keep painting and we'll see the results. Okay, so as I was painting, I was listening to a Dateline, and it was a new one. So I was able to see how long it took, and it took 11 minutes to do that. Oh, I have one more flower. Whoopsie. Well, I guess I'll just do it with you since I started back up. My water brush pencil blending skills here, I guess, have gotten better. I am pleasantly surprised that I am liking the water brushes. I wasn't sure, but you know, I think if you just try something and practice, it gets easier and better. And so far it's been pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna layer all of my pieces onto my main piece. Since it is getting curly, I'm gonna put it on my card base first. So let's do that. And since it is an embossing folder that's 3D, I do like to get the edges pretty good because sometimes they can pop off a little. Okay. This basket weave is so interesting because you can use it for really any flower card. Baskets and flowers go together like bees and honey. These are nesting dies from Spellbinders. You've probably seen them before. You might even have them. And they make layers very easy peasy to use. I love to use these more to make some Christmas gift tags and some gift cards, gift card holders. Ooh la la. I know I'm covering up a lot of the blue with the embossing folder background and everything with this, but it's still there and it's giving the background texture, and that is what I was looking for anyway, so that's okay. All right, now my beautiful flowers are definitely the star of the show on this card. I can't get over how pretty they are. I think magnolias might be one of my favorite flowers now after all this, but man, that looks so pretty. Okay. So to add this on, I mean, I use the BetterPress paper, so it is a thicker paper. I've been doing a lot of crafting today, so my desk is an absolute disaster zone here. I'll for sure have to do some cleanup after I'm done filming this, but this liquid glue is perfecto for gluing on that thick paper. You know, my mom started doing felting with little animals and things. I will pop a picture on the screen of some of the things that she's done recently. She did the 12 Days of Christmas, which was so cool. Anyway, but she's like, I need a glue. What glue can I use? Should I use tacky glue? What kind of glue? And I was like, first of all, no to the tacky glue. I am not a tacky glue person at all. I think tacky glue is just junk because it just gets hard and it just does not work. There's no way you're using the whole bottle of that because it's going to get firm. So I said, you should get some Barely Art liquid glue. Guess what she's using on her felt projects? Barely Art liquid glue. So if I'm recommending it to my mom, you know it's good. And now she's used it. And, you know, I have used full bottles of Barely Art liquid glue in the past. And now I have the refill that looks like a honey bear, which is so cute. Obsessed. And I don't see myself stopping using that anytime soon because it is that good. Simon, if you're watching, well done. You've done wonderful things. You've come out with lots of fun things, and I really love these magnolias. And I love the bunnies. So stay tuned for those bunny cards. Remember, those are coming up. I don't know if Simon's going to watch or not, but even if he's not watching, I'm glad that you are my crafty friend, and hopefully you've liked this video so far. It's been a fun one for me to make. I know that. Okay, now I'm going to grab my rhinestones here. This is the Crystal Gem Mix, and I think I'm going to go with the opal ones again. I've been pulling these opal ones out because I got this new pack and I've been making my way through them this month and popping them on a whole bunch of projects because I love the opal color. And this pack is perfect because it has the opal and then it also has the super sparkly kind of rainbow gem, these, and it's a wonderful little mix. Something for every kind of card. Now the question is, where do I put all of my gems that I want? I think five is what I was looking for, so I think that is what we will finish the card off with. And of course I need to cap my glue. And now it's time to show you the other two cards. I am so excited. You can probably hear in my voice I'm smiling because these little bunnies are so cute. Okay, my first one here I made with this bunny from Simon's collection, and then I BetterPressed and die cut out a whole bunch of these little tulips for my bunny to be kind of hiding in the tulips, and bunnies like tulips, and the rabbits around here in my house have eaten all of my tulips every year, so I don't even know why I try anymore, but I don't have the heart to deter them really because they're just hungry little creatures, and I think bunnies are so cute, so I don't know, they just eat them and that's life. But anyway, the background embossing folder I used was the one from the clubs, which has those little eggs on there. I will link that in the description if it is available. And then I used the arches from the Monster Birthday collection to have a little spot for my bunny to go. And then I tied a teeny tiny bow with the embossing thread from DMC Embossing. Embroidery floss from DMC. This is a very thin thread, and I did put a little bit of glue on the ends of the bow just so they would not fray. But there's a look at that one. And of course I used Happy Easter because why not? And then I did add little dots with the Nuvo drops. I used the clear one. And then this one is so cute with the bunny who's standing up with his little Easter basket. And then I did pink tulips on this one. And I think I used... And I used the circle die, that's the Fluted Classics ones, which is one of my favorites for circles. And that basket embossing folder looks so good on this one. You can see all the dimension there and all the wood grain on the weave. It just looks very realistic. So there's my take on Simon's new releases, and I think my favorite would have to be the Mother's Day one just because of all the flowers. But let me know your favorite in the comments. Maybe it's one of these. I don't know. It's not that I don't like these. I just like this one a little better, but these ones are so cute. And I think I know who I'm sending these to already. And that's the best. When you make a card and you have someone in your mind and you're going to think, this person is going to love this. And it just makes the card that much better. So I do have a home for these. And I think this will go to my mother-in-law. So I hope she likes this one. Anyway, happy crafting, and before you leave, if you would like to hit the like button, that would be super awesome. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do that as well. I'm going to be doing a live with Melanie. We just did our last live with Melanie was on her channel. Next month it's going to be on my channel, and Spellbinders is sponsoring, so yahoo! Last week, I guess, when we did it on Melanie's channel, LDRS sponsored it, and we made some really cool cards. So make sure that you subscribe and check out the BetterPress Babes Facebook page and the Spellbinder Maker Facebook page. They're two great groups all about Spellbinders, and one is all about Spellbinders, one is all about BetterPress. So connect with me there. Let me know in the comments if you are already a member of those groups. I'd love to know. I'm starting to recognize some names here and there from comments or just usernames from Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, and it's just been such a pleasure getting to know some people and making some crafty friends along the way. I feel so blessed, and I'm just grateful that you clicked on this video today. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. This is my last video of the month, so next time you hear from me, it will be March. And the gloves for March are so good. I can't say anything about what they are or anything yet, but March 1st, come back on my YouTube channel and I'll show you. They're really good and they're really cute, so I'm really excited. Anyway, now that I'm done with this video, I get to hop into clubs, so hooray! Goodbye, crafty friend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.